now for something especially exciting. The GTO option. The styling and engineering features of this option result in the finest rally-type American production car available. Exterior identification of this newest addition to Pontiac's high-output options features GTO identity on the grille, rear quarters, and rear deck lid. A triangular crest is mounted on the front fenders. 2 simulated air scoops are placed in depressions on the hood. The instrument panel for this all-American beauty is accented by an exclusive metal trim and GTO crest.
Sculptured, dramatic styling. All Morocco bucket seats. Your choice of 6 color-harmonized interiors. Distinctive grille. Sporty wheel covers. On the road, it's this. Performance.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Marvin's Motor City Garage. Today we're going to present the godfather of the muscle car, the 1964 Pontiac GTO. So this is a car we just finished a full restoration on, frame-off restoration. Beautiful color combination of silver mist gray with black interior and a seldom seen black vinyl top. Beautiful car. It's actually a rust-free California car. I found the car about 10 years ago and I sat on it for quite a while. I actually sold it to my cousin Pete and we did a full restoration for him, and the car is going to go down to Florida here next week. But before it leaves, I just wanted to show you the car and some of the things we did. So it was a beautiful rust-free body. I mean, probably the least amount of metal work we've ever had to do on a GTO since I've been in business, and that's the way it is with a California car usually. I mean, of course, there's no salt out there, so the cars stay really nice, and even the trunk floor was excellent. So all original sheet metal on the car. The car still retains its original drivetrain, including the engine, the transmission. The trans has the VIN on it still, and the original 323 posi rear end. So it's basically a stock restoration. We did add a couple options. The car came from the factory with air conditioning, which makes it pretty rare, and it is a factory 4-speed car. We did add a tri-power during the restoration. We took the original 389 block, we bored and stroked it, and which adds quite a bit more cubic inches in torque. The heads were ported, oversized valves installed. We have a custom grind 068 equivalent roller cam. And with all that being done, it makes a true 400 horsepower on the dyno, but looks bone stock. And that's what we were after. We wanted a GTO that looked stock, but just had a little more punch. And as 64 GTO experts know, the 716 heads are not the greatest heads in the world, but we were able to get them to flow pretty well. And we also added the cast iron HO exhaust manifolds that they use in 67, but they look relatively stock. But we did restore all the air conditioning components back to original. It has R12 in the system. It's ice cold. We have an aluminum radiator, but it looks factory. We added disc brakes and a power brakes, disc brakes with a dual master cylinder, but we used an original Delco brake booster just to keep things looking correct. And it even has the correct power steering pulley. That's 64 air conditioning only. Kind of a unique arrangement in 64. There's a lot of 1-year only parts, like the muffler on the compressor. That's all 1 year only. This bracket is 1 year only, and so is this bracket holding the compressor onto the engine. So there's some pretty unique things on a 64 with air. So we made sure that all was done correctly. It even has the metal fan shroud, the correct steel 7-blade clutch fan, and the car runs extremely cool. Air blows ice cold. It's a great road car. We put a larger 1 1/8" front sway bar on. We added a rear 7/8 sway bar and box rear control arms. It has urethane bushings all the way around. Of course, radial tires from Diamondback Classics, which are a beautiful tire. This is actually a modern radial tire that they vulcanize a red line on. These are original custom sport hubcaps, And the unique thing about these hubcaps, in 64 Pontiac didn't have a rally wheel available yet like they did in 65. So you could almost look at this hubcap as a rally wheel. It almost looks like a Rally 1. It has the brake cooling slots, like this would be where the trim ring, and that's the center cap. It kind of mimics the look of a rally wheel, but in a hubcap. And in my opinion, probably one of the best wheel covers that GM ever had in the 60s. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful wheel cover. And the car features all new trim and moldings, new emblems, of course a new vinyl top, new glass. We even had the glass etched with the correct LOF marking on the windshield. The car has tinted glass all the way around, which is pretty common with an air conditioning car. It also features the vinyl top, which again is pretty rare in these years, and these moldings are extremely hard to come by. And this car actually had a really nice set of original moldings, and these are the original moldings. They haven't been restored. They stayed in really, really nice shape. The car features the exhaust splitters that were really popular in 64 and 5. They're not on the build sheet, but we decided to add them during the restoration. Of course, a re-chromed rear bumper, all brand new tail lights, and this is actually all reproduction die cast, and it's excellent. I mean, they really did a great job reproducing all that, and the lenses and everything. It even has all the GM markings on the lenses. The company PG Classics that makes these are out of Canada. Just really nice items. And if you figure in the cost of what it would cost to re-chrome this versus buy the reproductions, it actually saves you money. But they're beautiful reproductions. But you can see the fit and finish on the car is excellent. All the lines and gaps are really nice. You know, the door gaps, all that. You know, we made sure to get everything as tight as possible. It has, again, it's a rust-free car, so very little metal work. And the car was built in Fremont, so things in Fremont were a little different than the other plants. And of course, those nuances we were able to replicate during the restoration. And of course, it has a complete reproduction interior. It's in 64, the interior was a little different than the 65 and 6s that we've been looking at. They actually have a different grain on the seats. It's called Seville grain, and it's a lot coarser than the Madrid grain that's used in 65 and 66. And you know, in 64 they didn't have a grab bar on the dash yet. They just had the GTO emblem, and that's the original GTO emblem that's been on the car since day one. We were able to clean that up and restore it. In 64, a dash pad was an option, so this car doesn't have a dash pad. So it has a little bit more of a sleeker look without the dash pad. But we did add a custom sport steering wheel, which is kind of the centerpiece of the car. Probably the most sought after steering wheel in parts history. And it looks so good, it almost looks aftermarket. But GM, again, or Pontiac, really knew what they were doing in 1964 when they came out with the steering wheel. And again, it's just another testament of why Pontiac was ahead of the game. You didn't see a steering wheel like this on a 64 Chevelle, that's for sure. And it comes standard with a Hurst floor shift. The early 64s, well, all 64s I should say, did not say Hurst on the stick, but this is a Hurst shifter. We have a correct reproduction shift knob. Very limited run, made by a friend of mine. It has the correct large pattern. There's no nut. It has the casting line, and you see it's an ivory color. We did add a 4-speed console. And one thing sort of interesting about a 64 is they painted the console the bluish color, the same color they painted the, you know, like the insert on the radio and the insert on the dash here. And it's sort of interesting how 64 did that. And again, you know, factory air on a 64 is pretty rare, so sort of interesting to see how different this control looks than like a 65 and 6 control. But nice original control, nice original chrome. And 64 did feature the engine turn dash insert rather than wood. And we did decide to add 65 rally gauges just because they look so good. And they didn't have a gauge package in 64, but after discussing with the owner, we decided that'd be the way to go, to add the rally gauges. Another thing that's sort of interesting on these early GTOs, it has black interior, but let's take a look at the headliner. The headliner is actually a slate gray color, and that is correct. They did not have a black headliner until late 65, really. All the early 65s were also the same way. Now 64 has a star pattern, and that's the only year they really did a star pattern was 64. But that's all the correct materials. We even use the correct windlace, which is almost like a fabric windlace. It's not vinyl like the later years. And yeah, it's just a really nice restoration, but it's not so nice you can't drive it. And that was the point, is he wanted a car that could win at a car show, but you could also take your family in and go have some fun. And with the 400 horsepower on tap, the car just feels wonderful. And with the air conditioning, it's just a great road car. And we are so pleased to be part of this project and get this car back on the road. Like I said, this is a car I had in my stash of project cars for quite a while, so it's really neat to see the car done. It's going to go to a good home, and just looking forward to more jobs coming up. And thanks for watching the video today. And if you like our videos, please like and subscribe. Thanks again.